I'm just fascinated by humans. I'm not saying that I like them all the time, I don't like myself half the time. You know, I'm a voyeur. I look at fingers, I look at hands, I look at ears, I look at back of me, I look at bodies of people all the time. At the end, I think I am a kind of storyteller, but I absolutely do not illustrate an existing story. I make from bits and pieces. I have quite a short attention span. You know, I'm a bit like a grasshopper mind. Excited grasshopper, ding, ding, ding. In a way, I have to keep the world out of here, so I don't really answer telephones, I don't listen to the radio, so that's why I do CDs. I just want a kind of bubble of my own world. And so this sort of keeps me like, you know, living in a cave, which, you know, I have lived a long time ago, I have lived in a cave, so this is really, you know, a continuation of it, you know. What sort of wears me down is the kind of default for violence and short-temperedness. I think it's very, very hard to keep a center of being human. I think it's really hard. You know, I was just reading parts of the Dante Inferno. I mean, it's really, really fantastic. I think the first part of hell, people have not chosen sides, they have not taken a position in life. And so they're the sort of uncommitted ones. And I thought this is absolutely brilliant. The whole issue of not taking sides, because it's very, very difficult to take a stand in life. You know, a lot of things you think, yeah, right, it's not really my business. Obviously, you know, you can't keep taking stands with all the amount of information we get all the time. But you have to have this kind of, you know, you need a kind of center to yourself. I started with a series on rebel women. I think the imagination, how sort of like people look at what sinful is, you know, what is punishable or what is like, you know, you have to suffer it. If you do them very wholeheartedly, you sort of, you know, make yourself vulnerable. So it will be painful, you know, whatever you do in life. And I just made this whole series, and that's the 3 which were selected for the show. I imagined that there would be a get-together between Lilith, which is Adam's first wife and had been thrown out of paradise because she refused to obey him. So she became a demon, and God then created Eve, you know, from his ribs. So she was subservient to him, she was from his body. Eve became the domesticated one, and so they come together and have a little bit of a conversation here, because, you know, those 2 sides need to come together for all of us. The very first thing I bought was a print by Max Beckmann, and it is actually in Adam and Eve. It is, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. You know, so it's, you know, look at her face, the kind of complexity of it. And Eve is offering her breast to him, not an apple. Instead of just doing an outward kind of, you know, picture of like, you know, pleasant, you know, it's like a beautiful man and woman stand there with, you know, when it gets a bit further than that, you know, then that is what I think what is demanded of an artist. To give something which civilized society normally doesn't allow. It's painted, so it is beautiful as an object. So the object is beautiful, the subject is quite unsettling. And I think that combination is essential for art, really. Yeah. For me.